I've always been asked, oh my god, how do you sketch with such confident lines? Or, I wish I can sketch like you. Well, bitch, you can. And today is your lucky day. Howdy y'all and welcome to a new video. Today I wanted to sit y'all down and talk about how I'm so fucking amazing at drawing and why I am superior than all of you. Just kidding. I'm just a mere pleb, but I will in fact be trying to give some tips on how you can get more loose and confident lines within your work. Primarily sketches, as I'm sketching the male figures, as I always do. No shock there. So I first must go off by saying you're going to have to break it off with a pencil. Now listen, I know you have had a lot of memories together since kindergarten, but she's not doing you justice. She's in fact stopping you from growing as an artist. Don't get me wrong, you'll sometimes catch me sketching with a pencil for final projects, but not often do I sketch with pencils, or any material you can erase with. That probably explains why my digital art is such shit. I Control-Z that bitch so much that I get immersed with that one stroke that I've been trying to draw for the past 10 minutes. Now here's my logic to this ludicrous tip, and I'm sure I've explained this in past videos, but if this is your first time watching my videos, howdy there. My name is Karen. Okay, back to my mantra. If you want to have more confident lines, then you need to stop giving a shit. You heard me right. When you draw with a pen, you're not going to be immersed with the drawing that you're going to be fixing the lines every other second. When it comes to non-erasable materials, you're just left with the exhilaration of living like Larry, living on the edge. So you don't want your page or paper to go to waste? Great. Then draw that bitch with confidence. At first, you might be shit at it, but as you work with a pen more and more, you'll slowly start to see improvement. But no, really, that takes time. It truly takes time. It took me about a year or two to get to the confidence level that I am in now with drawing with a pen or sketching with a pen. If I must recommend one, I would highly recommend getting a cheap sketchbook so you don't have to worry about wasting paper. You don't need a fancy schmancy one, not one that costs $20. If I must recommend one, I would say get the Strathmore soft cover drawing sketchbook. It will last you a long time and it won't break like one of those spiral notebooks. I fucking hate those so much. Oh my god, so much PTSD from that. I think the Strathmore soft cover book is a good and somewhat affordable sketchbook for practicing your line work, and you also get a lot of pages out of it as well. Next tip for sketching is to focus on the drawing as a whole and not as individual pieces. I actually learned this in school, and basically that is why a lot of digital art can sometimes look wonky, since you're zoomed in on a certain part of the drawing and then you zoom out and all of a sudden it is a piece of fruitcake that your grandma brought you for a holiday, but no one wanted it, so now it's just rotting away in the back of your fridge until you take it out in mid-August. But seriously, have you ever drawn a figure and the arms look off from the rest of the body? Let me troubleshoot that bitch for you real quick. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. My script says I need to scream this, but it is midnight as I'm recording this. So I'm just gonna yell it. You focused on it. You focused on it for too long. Or maybe you can't comprehend anatomy either. Anyway, sometimes I'll do this where my heads are much smaller than the body, and I would say that's because I start detailing the face before I even finish the overall figure. As I try to get the whole figure down, I like to make sure I'm getting all the shapes down first. Now obviously, I have some knowledge of anatomy, so I have like a super X-ray of where the muscles will lay underneath the clothing. But as I quickly grasp the shapes of folds and the negative spaces throughout the figure, I have a looser mindset to drawing it. You're no longer focusing on the pinky toe anymore, but it as a whole. If I couldn't repeat myself more than I did in the past minute, I don't even know. Now granted, sometimes I'll be so head empty that the anatomy won't make sense, but hey, this is a video on how to make more confident lines, not draw better. Now, the third tip I have is for all you bitches that press down on the paper so hard that the paper is screaming for help. Why do you do that? Please, that pen nib isn't going to make it for even the second drawing session. They had a family. They had to go back, and you just murked the father, or the mother, or the grandma, or the grandpa. Saying this, to draw confidently is to draw loosely, and to draw loosely, you need to draw with minimal pressure. If you have trouble doing this, draw with your hand on the top of your pen, rather than towards the end of the tip. You'll be told to do this in art school for numerous reasons. The main reason is you have more space for angled sketching and more control of the pencil. Now, you won't see me doing this because I obviously want to obliterate my wrist by the age of 30, but also, I've always drawn lightly since I've come to terms that I draw better that way. When you begin to have better pressure with your pen, you start to become more fluid and faster with your lines, which leads me to my next tip, drawing faster. Now, if there's one thing I do when doing my little sketchy sketch, it's that I don't spend more than 5 minutes doing it. As I've said in previous videos, sketchbooks aren't meant to be hyper-focused on. You're just practicing, homie. Or maybe you're just doing thumbnails. This is the process of your illustration in which you don't want to focus too hard. You want to focus on the final one, right? That being said, setting a timer for each sketch is a great way to go plus ultra on that shit. This is a practice that is taught in art school. You begin with warm-up sketches before you do the initial drawing of the day. So you would first do 15 seconds, then 30 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and it goes on and on. What I usually do in my figure drawing classes is drawing a handful of 15-second sketches, then lessening the amount of sketches as the time went on. Doing this will not only help you not focus too hard on the sketch, but also help you understand the basic shapes of what you're drawing. But most importantly, you'll soon start to see your line confidence increase by 20%. The pie chart doesn't lie. I definitely didn't randomly pull that number out of my ass. I truly hope that this video has enlightened you in one way or another. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm just a piece of shit at acknowledging you guys. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest at teaching nor explaining things, which is why I would never be an art teacher. Oh god, I just imagine me teaching people how to draw. Oh wait, is me doing this video kind of like that? Regardless, I did put all of my brain juice into this video, so maybe you wanna like give back and check out my Instagram, or maybe subscribe to see more of me, and maybe, just a thought, mayhaps, turn on that dingling bell thing, because people do that, right? I'll catch you guys in the next one, and yeah, bye-bye!